Paging Aitken Robertson to courtroom number 2. The jury is back with a verdict. Members of the jury, how do you find the accused? Guilty or not guilty?
Not guilty on all accounts, Your Honor.
Welcome to Legally Speaking, brought to you by Aitken Robertson Criminal Defense. I'm your host, Melanie van Orde, licensed paralegal, here to guide you through the complex world of criminal law. In today's episode, we have the pleasure of interviewing Dawn Qualsh, a seasoned criminal defense lawyer from Burford Law. We will be diving into the important role of duty counsel in the criminal justice system. Stay tuned for an insightful discussion that promises to shed light on how duty counsel can make a difference in your legal journey. So let's get started. Well, Dawn, you have some experience as duty counsel. So can you please explain to our viewers who is duty counsel, or what is duty counsel?
Well, duty counsel is a government-funded lawyer who is present in every courtroom in the province to assist unrepresented individuals before the court. It's designed to ensure that your rights are protected and that those who really have no familiarity with the system aren't lost. And it can be quite confusing and complicated, especially for those who've never stepped foot in a courtroom before. So duty counsel lawyers, some of them are staff lawyers employed by Legal Aid Ontario, and they're often referred to as staff or permanent duty counsel. And they usually have an office in the courthouse, and that's where they work every day. You might see them on successive weeks. Those lawyers are augmented by a panel of what they call per diem duty counsels, which is how I was engaged with the duty counsel program in Ontario, where I worked primarily in Kingston. Per diem, which is the word that they use to describe those temporary duty counsels. Per diems come from the broader criminal bar. They are legal aid impaneled lawyers who often also accept certificates. And they have a high degree of skill and experience within the criminal justice system. It's meant to assist you with being prepared for what's going to happen that day in court and to answer any sort of general questions about the process and procedures. They can also assist in obtaining Crown screening positions and can provide you with assistance in communicating with the Crown attorney that's in the courtroom that day.
You've touched upon the duties of duty counsel. Can you maybe elaborate on the duties of duty counsel in those areas?
So when someone is identified as being before the court without counsel, so where they haven't already hired a lawyer, often the court at very different stages of entry. So it may be at the court counter, it might be the justice of the peace at a first appearance case management court, or it may just be someone present in the courthouse will often suggest, hey, why don't you go have a conversation with duty counsel? The next question you should ask is, where do I find them? Most courthouses have a dedicated duty counsel office where you may find the lawyer patiently waiting behind their computer for you to come knock on their door and have a private conversation. Oftentimes they are on their feet in a courtroom, in which case, usually if you ask any of the other lawyers in the room, who's duty counsel, they'll happily point them out to you. Duty counsel is usually on a first come, first served basis. So if you know that, you really need their help and you're going to have a significant conversation, make sure you come to court early, because once the court's in session, that duty counsel is usually engaged in speaking to the court, and you'll likely be held till the break to have that conversation with them. Duty counsel can assist by telling you exactly what you're charged with, because sometimes it can be confusing. They can help you understand what the essential elements of the offenses that you're charged with are. and they can speak with the Crown to find out what penalty the Crown would be seeking on a plea. They can also give you some advice about some of the important decisions you're going to be asked to make during the process. For example, depending on what you're charged with, you may be given something called an election, and that has to do with which courthouse you're going to appear in, whether you have a jury as well. It will also impact on what potential penalties you might be in jeopardy of receiving. They can also facilitate a cursory review of your disclosure. And if it's something that you're going to be wrapping up very quickly and you're not eligible for legal aid, duty counsel may even help you with preparing for a guilty plea, for example. It's rare for duty counsel to run trials. However, they do have that capacity. Duty counsel lawyers are subject to the terms of service for their legal aid empanelment. And so often, unlike a privately retained lawyer, a duty counsel may need to seek approval to help you with a certain aspect of your matter. And there's absolutely no guarantee that you'll be dealing with the same lawyer on successive court appearances. And that's really the drawback to relying on the duty counsel service, is that lack of continuity, as well as the freedom to pursue, for example, charter applications or pretrial motions that could result in significant benefits to you at trial.
I have a criminal charge. Should I just use duty counsel, or would you recommend, looking at alternatives?
I would always recommend looking at alternatives. Having someone who stands beside you every day that you develop that trust relationship with can give you a lot more confidence and feelings of security going into this difficult time period. Not everyone has the resources, but I would place a real value on having a dedicated lawyer that is responsive to your needs and who you can have those private offsite discussions with away from the courthouse. A privately retained lawyer as well has the ability to attend at the Crown's office for Crown pretrial meetings and to follow up with the Crown and push them in between court appearances. Matters with private counsel tend to move a little bit more quickly through the system, and you end up getting advice that's really tailored to your needs. The other side of it too is, especially if the matter is somewhat traumatic for you, having to tell the story time after time to each successive duty counsel can add another layer of stress as well.
Thank you so much, Dawn, for joining us today. And thank you to everyone else for joining us today on the Aitken Robertson YouTube channel. So don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you never miss another video. Until next time, stay informed, stay engaged, take care. Thank you for tuning in to Legally Speaking, proudly brought to you by Aitken Robertson Criminal Defence. We represent clients facing criminal charges all over Ontario, providing you with legal support and dedicated advocacy. If you enjoyed this episode and want to see more content, please like and subscribe to our channel. For more information, visit our website. We also offer free books on various types of criminal charges, which you can request on our website or by using the QR codes on your screen now. For legal assistance, call us today or visit our website to request a meeting with one of our experienced lawyers or licensed paralegals. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time on Legally Speaking.